start this bad boy up. I have like a grill for everything. One like for whatever we're cooking.
The new place has a pretty nice backyard setup. I could put in something permanent, maybe. I don't know.
I'm waiting for that market to come down a little bit. And pavers are expensive right now.
Yeah,
I went and priced out like what was it? I got like 8 by 40, I think is what it is. 8 by 40, 10 by 40. It's like 400 square feet, and it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous what they wanted for nothing special. Like almost close to 3 grand just for the product. It was crazy.
Are you doing something different this week, Bees? Because I can hear you a lot better than I did last week.
Who, me? I got the same setup. I mean, I think what happens is my mic on my headset, because I just use my Xbox controller, I think it gets moved away. Like it's a little, like 3 inch thing. And I think it just gets moved away.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Prof was like real loud and you were real quiet. I kept having to turn it up and down.
Oh. I got a little wind
Of
on the
course,
professor. He's outside, I can tell.
yeah,
of
yeah.
course,
Just getting some fresh air.
Yeah, I love it. Um, so where we at? Starting with you, as always. Get the show on the road.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, great finish to the week.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fox rallied and actually held on to something for once, and a lot of the hot list did really well to close out the week. So, I'm going to be keeping quite a few on there, and we'll just we'll go through those. But I do have some new stuff, and the first is one that I just want to go ahead and put on the hot list that we talk about a lot. I think a lot of people know about it, and we don't usually have ETFs on there, but I think this is kind of a special circumstance, and that's cold.
I beat him. I typed it in before you said it.
So here's the deal on this. This is the reverse ETF on natural gas. So just like SQQQ is short QQQ and UVXY and all those that tend to go up when the market goes down. This one's specifically on natural gas. Now, this does not mean that I think natural gas is just going to implode and crater. But what you're getting right now is even the smallest pullbacks in natural gas are going to give you a 7 to 10%, maybe more move in cold because cold is so far down. And this is playable for options. It's playable for shares in day trades. It's not something that I would swing because overnight something happens with like Russia cutting off natural gas to some other country, and you get futures will spike, and so it's a day trade only kind of thing. But definitely looking at this to go 25 to 30 as a reasonable goal. It's going to kind of just work its way up there. We're through the reverse split, and definitely one to keep on your radar. Relatively safe trades. If it's going badly, you can just kind of tell and get out. But yeah, so I like the outlook for this over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, we were on it before, if most people don't know, and then like caught the reverse split, and just wanted to wait for that, and here we are. It gave it the first day, the 18 to like 22. I don't think we're normally going to have a $4 range, but this thing will be a 5%, 5 to 10%, one way or another every day. So it's just learning the stock for me, and taking advantage of that opportunity. And then in the long run, I think it will relieve pressure. Like natural gas isn't going to stay up forever. So
Yeah.
I read something about
Yeah.
Germany.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, it just.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I read something
No,
about
go ahead. Yeah.
Germany. Germany kind of switching, not switching, but their solar and wind wasn't meeting the needs for their electric needs, basically because of the electric vehicle increase. So they were using natural gas in the meantime as like a middle ground to produce more power. So they're in a lot of need of natural gas right now, um, which could push this lower. Just there's a lot of
Yes.
demand. There's a lot of demand.
The inflationary environment that we're in is going to make a lot of those green energy goals kind of unfeasible, I think. So I think you are going to see a lot of countries you're pulling back on some of that, and then of course, like in the developing world, demand's only gonna increase. But you're just it's a great spot for coal just because, like I said, I mean, natural gas is just through the roof. I mean, I look at futures on it, and not that long ago, I was talking about how they really had natural gas futures pinned at 5, and right now it's 872. So I mean, it just blew the doors off of everything. And same with like UNG. I was like, it really, I just can't seem to get through 20 on this. So it's 29 now. So you're gonna see this pullback. UNG will probably pull back to 24, 25 or something like that, and you're gonna make more playing cold on the upside than you will trying to short UNG. So that's mainly the appeal to me on that.
What's the price of natural gas that would make you kind of want to take a decent chunk in here?
In cold?
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
like you mean like what would it fall to? Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like 8 now, so if it goes back to 6, are you like grab some cold?
Yeah, like 7.5.
Okay.
Probably like 750, 760, something like that.
Okay, perfect.
Which could very easily happen in the next couple of weeks.
Like it.
So my next up, we've been talking about it this morning, and showed up on UNC Scanners, and I've been on it. We caught a huge run on it last time. Is Kodak.
Yeah.
So what I like about Kodak is that, I mean, these are monthly contracts on this. So the thing about the monthly contracts, there's good and bad to it. The bad is that you usually get these $5 increments, which are annoying to trade, but you get clarity in your flow read because the whales they really have essentially 2 opportunities here, and we're far enough away from June that we can kind of see their plans, and then July. So in June, it's 5C, 6C, and in July, it's 750C. And they've only just now started to scale in on that. I think that they were kind of waiting it out in the low 4s. Once it broke through 450 on Friday, that's when I saw them start to buy these. So to me, those are the contracts that I'm targeting, and you can play shares on this as well. Move to 5, I think, is pretty well kind of certain to me. I mean, high conviction. I don't want to say certain; it's high conviction. And then from there, definitely could see this going back to 6. If it wants to test 7 again in July, that'd be great. Don't necessarily need it to do that. Even if you own those contracts, they're going to double in value on a move to 6 or more. So it's just, and they're cheap. They're very cheap. So great opportunity to scale into some things here. And in terms of the pricing, the 750C for July is $6. And by the way, this one doesn't have it has the $1 increments, so that's good on Kodak. So you can get those for $6 if you want something for like 617, maybe like 30 or so, but on the lower strikes. but a lot of different opportunities here, and definitely loving the look on Kodak.
It's on my side. It's the same setup, except it
And I misspoke. This one does have this has weeklies. I'm sorry. This does have weeklies. So, but I still would not buy them. I would still go further out.
This was a play out of ER last time, and it kind of took off on the professor. And still, I mentioned this morning, still had like $1.50 range from the 6 to 750 level. This time it kind of fell out of ER, but this kind of fit what we were talking about the last few weeks. Maybe this one was a little before we were talking about it, of the ER overreaction, and then you can play it back to the level. 460 is obviously really, really strong, so I would plan any trades around that level, 450, 460 level, with realistic goal back to 6, the high ends 725, 750. It just fits real perfect on the TA and flow, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's basically same look I saw last time, so we're just gonna go for it again. The next one I have is Fix.
Stitch Fix. I think we lost you, P. Let me chart this real quick because he's not here. Pretty sure. Let me go check collabs to make sure this is what he's talking about. Yep. So let's go 3 year. It's 23.39. There you go. You're back now. 23.39 is at that level.
Yep. So this would be kind of one of those bottom plays that show a little life. We'll kind of see what it wants to do to start off the week.
Oh, I should have said something there while he was back. P, you're cutting in and out.
Let me switch it up here.
All right, back to charting. Let's switch this. So 20 and then the 10.
All right.
There you go.
We good?
Yep.
And okay. So should be good.
Yeah. You said the ticker and then you said we'll wait it out. Well, it went away and then you said we'll see what it does at the start of the week. So we missed everything
Okay.
from the
All right, so
ticker
I'll go back to that. Okay, so Stitch Fix, footwear company, beaten down on. They didn't have a catalyst, but the catalyst was the perception of the sector with what happened with Target and Walmart and all of that. So the flow says that this is going to get back into a channel that runs from 9 to 11 with some July activity up to 13, 14.
I like the 9, 10 right there. That's where it's at. If you play off that, it's real undecided on. I mean, the best level's 20, but there's a 15 and a 12 and a half in there too. If you could actually get in this gap, that wouldn't be bad. What is this? Yeah, the 13. 13's real reasonable. What'd you say again?
Yeah, so it's 13 in July.
Yeah, I could see
We,
that's just a scat, Phil.
keeping in mind that they have earnings on June 9th. So to me, it's just kind of a trade with a window up to earnings, looking to get into that 9 to 11 or 9 to even 9 to 10 would be a great trade. 10 whatever percent, 10%, a little more. I'm not a math guy, but you get the idea that we can get in and get our percent. It's recovered some on Friday and on Thursday and Friday, and really see it getting into that nine level and going up from there.
I would try to play on the stocks on the share side. I'd try to play the 8, like low 8s on a pullback, and be out by 9.5 or 10.
Yeah, and if you want options on it, 9C is going to run you like $20, a little more if you go a few weeks out. So $50 on for 2 weeks. Yeah. So if you want to play the options are definitely playable on it.
23, 10, 8, and 8. Yeah, 825. 825 share side. Love it.
All right, my next up is Any. Now this is a stock that like I know people have played a lot. I have not really gotten in on this, but it really got my attention because you had this massive spike in volume at close and a lot of dark pool activity after close. And with this sitting, and they're focused on $1.50, and right now it's 105, and it's the kind of stock it could hit $1.50 in a day. It's done that before, so it just kind of has that that look to me of a big push and flow on a stock around $1 that is a known momentum runner kind of thing. So definitely like it for that reason. And this is a what are they? They're like a blockchain kind of thing.
Yeah,
Canadian converged traditional silos of computation, storage, and networking. So yeah, networking, blockchain kind of company. So anyway, sector could have a decent rebound. A lot of them are beaten down. I like it to $1.50.
Yeah, it's really playable. P. It did hit 80 back here, but I think that's kind of a one and done. 90 would be more of my like floor. But any ads in like the mid 90s, you can even play it back to 105. I like dollars. Any ads under $1, like $1.10, would be fine with me. When volume comes back in, it'll move, and then that's when you get out.
Yeah, definitely a sell into momentum kind of
Yeah.
stock. And I also I would I mean even if you're playing options on it, and you'll get a 20-30% move in those options pretty quickly. I peel off a lot of the position at that point, and then if I have some free runners, I'll just, because you don't know when it's going to come, but it'll have that 20-30% day at some point, sometimes after hours. So yeah, so that's why I like it.
This is the one that it kind of fits like how I always wanted people to trade, right? You buy this thing below $1, you sell it when it's above $1. If you get 94, if you get 97, you're gonna have a different profit margin, obviously. But if you sell 103 or you sell 106, you're gonna have a different profit margin. But you just rinse and repeat that zone on 1,000 shares. It's like $900. You take 1,040, 1,030 out. You're making 60, maybe $30 a trade. But you're doing it every couple days, and it will just add up. And this kind of stock shows the value of that because it does have it moves 5% every single day. It's every single day. You just got to kind of be familiar with the chart, and then take your profit. I like these plays a lot. They're just low risk, low reward, but that's what you kind of get sometimes. And if you have a little bit of equity, you know, 900, but even $450, you know, you could take 20, $25 out of this thing every time on 500 shares. Um, just, just, I think that's more how people should be trading, or focusing on trading the majority of the time as they wait for other setups.
Yeah, absolutely, and it gives you the benefit of option style moves without any theta decay or worries about expiration dates or anything.
And
Because
fees.
like what you're describing is basically what options do, and how I think people should trade options is to take keep taking your profits on it. Don't hold the bulk of your position for some big move. Hold a little back if you have it, and it's free basically, and you can catch that big move. But yeah, so this is going to bounce around a little, and eventually just going to kind of have that big day, and then
Yep.
all the
Yeah,
Twitter people.
I don't promote it right now, but it's something I do want people to learn. I just don't think we're in the environment. And this is a great stock to do it on, is with that same theory I just gave you, putting 400 or 450, 500 or 1,000, $900 into it. When you make that $60, leaving 60 shares, and the next time you make $50, leaving 50 shares, and then you'll always have that core position, but it's free. And that's the same theory
Yeah.
Professor has with runners, with options, except for runners, you have a date on them. With shares, once you have 50, 60, even 10 free shares, you can hold that forever. So when it does move, you just take the money. When it does go back to the bigger picture, $2, right? You go, all right, I'll take the money on this free spot I accumulated. I love trading like that, especially in a euphoric market, just keeping your profits in. This one or ones like this are pretty low risk if you put, if you have 50, $60 laying around in here. So, again, that's present right now, but overall strategy, I wouldn't promote that on most things, unless you believe in the stock. But yeah, sorry, I ranted a little bit there.
Yeah, no, that's great. All right, so next one, I had it on the hot list. We took it off. It collapsed. Had earnings just in the wrong sector at the wrong time, but I think it's back. Is Groupon.
Sweet.
And hindsight on this, yeah, it would have been great to get it at $12. I just think none of us kind of knew the extent to which the sell-off was going to continue. Bounce back really nicely, and then looking at it getting back to $20. Strike say by around June 17th. I mean, that can change, but that's what they're in right now. They're looking at a move to 20 by mid-June.
Yeah, I have 23 on everything, and then 19 on like the last 6 months. So,
and that's the range. The July range is 24. So
yeah,
if it could get to 20 and defend that, definitely, I think that 23, 24 is certainly possible.
And what was the date on the contracts? Sorry.
It's July 17th on 20C.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that responded real well at the end of the week.
Yeah, definitely. And let's see.
I mean, to be honest, Professor, you had to be lucky to catch that under 13.
Yeah, I mean, it just I mean, I'm in charts and in flow and everything every day. That they're just this big turnaround that we had at the end of the week exceeded what I saw in option flow or anything. It's just part of the markets. These unpredictable bear rallies that you get. So it's because there was nothing to say that this couldn't fall under $10. I mean, why not? Like the selling pressure was that heavy. So better to wait for it to turn around and then settle in, and then you look for that move higher. It's a little safer, I think.
It's still, I mean, the numbers we're talking, it's still 50% 23 is $8.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll be all right.
And it's just this is going to be a theme for me kind of throughout the summer, are these specialized app stocks that are just way oversold. Just got kind of an extra dose of punishment from market conditions, and you put their all time highs out of your mind. I mean, this is not a $50 stock, but certainly
35.
Yeah. So just having some realism with it and trading it from where we are
130%.
up the ladder to there is a huge move. Exactly. All right. So almost the exact same setup. A little bit lower volume on this one is Yelp.
God damn it. I didn't look at apps. I didn't.
So Yelp, I've got $35
Bam.
and late summer $40.
Yeah. Bam. I like it. That's just volume profile numbers. 38.8 and 34.15.
Yeah. So I think the flow and TA line up on this one.
Let me throw this on there for you guys.
Good for shares or options. Options are going to be monthly on this one. And let me just give you what I would. I'm just going to buy what the whales kind of want on it. This one actually, a lot of the activity that caught my attention are the sold puts for now at 30 and 32.
That was my question.
So I see them kind of building up a base there, and then so like 715 33C is about $80. If you want to go 35, it's going to be a little cheaper for you. So like 50, maybe 50, 55, kind of like that, like the extra time on it. And you'll still, as the stock makes this move, if it makes this move we're anticipating, you're going to get 30, 40% on those options and still have plenty of time left to figure out what you want to do with it.
I like pullback to 29. We really don't have support on this end on the low side, but I like the numbers line up real well on the top end.
Yeah, that's where I'm just wanting that sold put floor to hold. We'll see if it does.
Yeah. This is another
yeah.
one. The same thing. You kind of, the same situation. You have to let it confirm. And that's kind of what it did. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Same as Groupon, right?
Yeah. And by the way, I mean, the other benefit of targeting the July options, if you play the option side, is that you can scale in without just getting killed on it. So like the options trading at 50, if it dips down to 29, 28, you're going to lose $5-7 per contract. But you can kind of scale in and manage the position much better than if it were weeklies or something like that. So, yeah, wanting to see let the trade take shape, but I think the direction on it's pretty clear.
Yeah, the way it just came back through this level is great. That 29 level, it might trade sideways next week at 29. The 29.30, 29.31, somewhere in there. The thing is it not go back to 27.5, 27 area. That would be weakness here. I'd be worried if we got down there again.
Yeah, and what I kind of watch for in these app stocks, the red days in the market where SPY drops 1% or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
See how these react in relation to that. If they're kind of outpacing the selling and the losses, that would be kind of a cause for concern. But if they hold up pretty well to it and just drop a few percent, then it's kind of confirmation of some strength building in the floor on it. So that's what I'm after.
I like it.
All right. My next one is Run. I will on the option side probably be trading Enphase. quite a bit over the next few weeks. This is the one I like on that combo of shares and options, just because of the pricing on it. And there's a move in the flow to 35 from 26 here, and I think that the sector is definitely showing a lot of strength as I look at what's happening with the ETF is a TAN on solar stuff, and so run whales are really kind of piling into this thing at 35C for August. That contract is about $160. If you were to go to July, like I think like $80 or $90 will be what you're paying on that. But so I like these through the summer, the solar plays.
I got 33 on the top end, and then 20 on the bottom. Nice little channel here for most of the year.
Yeah, and it made a 10% move on Friday, so definitely I think could see a pullback to like 23 or something like that in the next couple of days.
That's your volume profile, 23. Center of
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah,
so I think we can trade off that level.
I like it. I have 33 though, Pete. That needs to break.
Yeah, well, right, and I think that being in the 35s, they're going to catch that move to 33, and with those being August contracts, you'll be. I mean, if you're in that and you get it soon, you'll be up 150, 200% on that. So we don't need it to break to get our move out of it.
If it does, I would be on the lookout for 40s. Because that's
I do see a gap there.
Yes, that's
nice gap.
That's the strongest shelf too on the bigger time frame is 40. That's kind of it's 20 or 40. But I think you get a test of that if you do get a move or news. Is this with this solar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that. I would definitely be on the flow side. I don't know when timing would, like when it crosses 30, would they buy the 40s, or when it hits the 35, would they buy the 40s? But I would definitely be looking out for that.
Yeah, I mean there are there's some like 40C for August did get a little bit of a volume push. There's a lot of open interest on it already, so I'm just going to look for volume to increase and for that volume to get the open interest up. But that's a number to look out for.
All that extra stuff on the option side.
Yeah. All right, so that's my list of new stuff.
Oh, sweet. That wasn't even long this week. You've been good at that though. What we got? 7. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's alphabetize those. Let's go into the last week's list and transfer over. First one we have is AA.
Yes. So I put in my notes on AA, and we'll talk about this with Cenex too, that there's a specific number in futures. So futures in aluminum right now are 240, and once that gets back up to 260 to 280, that's where you're going to see this kind of parabolic move in the aluminum stocks, and that's kind of what I'm watching out for. AA though is on the option side, gives you day trades almost every day. You're going to catch those 4% moves on it. Still like the outlook there.
Sweet. We'll keep it. I like the stock, and we're close to my 57 level with range back to 100. Aurora cannabis. What did you dig into weed at all?
I was just about to, I'm just about to get to that on the healthcare side. Way oversold. And there were some dip buyers on this on Friday. It's a little early to tell how how this is gonna play out, but definitely could see it getting the 6.3 $2 calls and 7.15 $2 calls were really popular on Friday after it fell. So that $2 is kind of my target for a rebound on it.
Do you want to hot list this or just notes on the sector? This is a sector in general.
Yeah. No, I don't know that I see a reason to hot list it.
Okay.
But like everybody knows about weed, and we'll be on it when we see what we want.
AFRM.
Yeah, we should stay on that.
I believe so.
Yeah, the fintechs could definitely pull back and retrace to the downside, but there's a lot of strength here right now.
Yeah, this is your through the zone with volume. Let me do it over here. A visual representation of when I say you want to see things go through the zone with volume. That's it. You want to see lots of volume comparative to how it has been going, and it just plow through the zone. Never even came back. That's really, really good sign. AI notes.
So AI has earnings coming up.
Banged it.
In terms of what the whales are doing with it, a lot of activity on 617, 25C, 2250C, and 20C. Those are your three most popular contracts right now.
I think you can't go wrong in our channel. Our 16.5 to 2025, not 25, 2050. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's pretty much just a zone we've had to add in. When it breaks out, there's a couple spots that with the 30 and the 50 kind of stand out on volume profile. So
it's probably one that I'm going to look to trade after the earnings, and especially if it goes to the downside and any kind of overreaction, I think it'll pull right back up.
Definitely call this our ER flush setup of the week.
Yeah.
AMC. Oops, put this up here.
I'm going to take AMC off.
Sweet.
I mean,
we're good.
We know about it.
We're good.
So we got what we wanted, I think.
AMRS. If I hear, since we're on the video, I'll say a little bit. The 11.55 is safe. 17 suspect. 11.55 is safe. That's the area. All right.
Yeah.
AMRS staying.
Yeah, it's gonna stay.
Yeah, believe it.
I hope people have been trading it. That's all I'll say.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Where are we at? Just to give an update. Yeah, I have the 225 line, but it's going away. It's gonna get away from us here, and we're gonna have to find somewhere else. It'll probably be 250. It'll be the next psychological obvious number, but we definitely need some confirmation. As you can see, it's
the flow in the leaps is good to 4. So whatever it does to get to there, I'm pretty confident that's where it's going to end up.
Yeah, I love it, bros.
Yeah. Wow, this has been really good. So
notes.
Let me see what they're doing with bros. It might need to cool off a bit. Flow is still pretty bullish on it. A lot of sold puts in that 35 range. On the upside, 617, 38C, 40C. It's getting a lot of activity.
I don't know if people believe me when I said that 28 to 33 gap was going to fill, but here we are. Now that we're on the
Yeah.
other side, now that we're on the other side of that, it's real simple. The gap was 28 to 33. Um, there's the 90-70 rule for me. I'm looking for the 35 or the 33 to hold. It's hopefully 90. It will be the 70% will be the 35. 33 would be 90. I would rather get the 33, but the 35 would be a higher low to 40. So that's kind of the two numbers I'm watching right now. 100% agree with Professor. This thing's got to pull back. It's just got to pull back.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it was, again, my gap was 28 to 33, and we're at 37 now. So should provide range, and I think it's the better of the coffee trades, to be honest.
Yes, that's my take on it right
Can. Yeah, flow rate on that?
now. Yeah, let me see here.
Because we're at the top of it. We could have a cool off week, but
So yeah, I've talked about CAN before. One of the benefits of CAN is that you get the crypto moves, but it doesn't need the crypto moves because it'll just move with the Chinese stuff if that's hot.
yeah.
And could definitely see it pull back here. There's definitely some bearish flow coming in on it to 3. So it could pull back. I could see it pulling back there.
And when this thing does pull back, you can tell in the last 2 times it has, it's usually a drastic bad day. I kind of see that happening too. I like the 3 level. I have 281 on the chart, but yeah, 3 seems logical because of the psych level.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it on the hot list, and we're going to wait for the setup to come to us. There is some flow to 4 and 5, but I don't see it going to that from here. I think it's got to pull back a bit.
ADR play, is that what we call that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Make a note on that. Pull back. CDE.
I do want to keep miners on our radar. This has already given us a really nice move from the lower 3s up to 4. The channel that I kind of see is sort of like a 4 to 550, or sorry, no, like 420. Yeah, I guess it's harder in the strikes to see this, but yeah, there's a 4 to 5 channel that doesn't quite match up to the chart, but I think that maybe it's like 425 or so. But there's definitely flow to 5 late summer on this.
Our previous channel was 456 to $5, so we had like the 50-cent range before the ER fodder. It's kind of correcting. I think we get to 450 easy, and then what we do from there is debatable.
Yeah. So I'll keep it.
Okay, I like it. No, I like it too. CNN. This is, or CENN. Sorry.
CEN, or is it CEN?
CENN.
Right, them. The EV one. Okay.
Isn't it DPW?
No, it's naked.
Naked. I always get them confused.
Yeah. So I like these lower priced EV plays, and this one is I don't like as much as Workhorse, but kind of close. So what I see here is 250 is the number that stands out in options for July. So could definitely see that.
I mean, I like it. It's another low risk, low reward currently. You can get 20-30 cents out of this thing, especially off the 160 level. Very, very. It's kind of more in a channel from like 150 to 180, to be honest with you. Um, but if you want ads, you kind of got to pay sometime, right? That's how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to keep it, I'll keep it on there. I like it. So it's again, it's a low risk play. This thing's the floor's not going to
Yeah.
fall
No,
out.
so I'm probably going to trade it again if it does want to dip to 150,
Yeah,
or if it confirms two. If it confirms two, I think those 250 contracts will start to pick up a lot of volume.
and any kind of news, like if they get decent news or the socials get on it, this thing could have a good day, a good couple days,
Yeah.
and end up in the 253 range. Um, this depending. That stuff's hard to call, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I already put it on there, but CNENX, your other aluminum.
Yeah, similar aluminum setup to AA. Has more upside in terms of percentage, but once that starts to get going, I've got 18 on it, 18 to 20.
I kind of
For
I
late
mentioned
summer.
I mentioned last week, like I kind of learned how you mention things, what it's going to do. And I said I kind of felt like this one's going to bounce across the bottom, maybe even for a couple months, by how you said it, until it gets the catalyst, which is aluminum prices, right? Like
Yep.
until that happens, this is going to just sit here. It's not going to get a violent move north or south. This is just going to sit on the support line until that catalyst that we're predicting comes into play. So, like, trying to play this on a day trade might be a little harder, especially on the share side. But having a position or watching futures seems like the way to go here. For me,
Yes.
I like it more as we go because I'm building more support at this 1250 number.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to give you an example, like if you were to get like even to go out to September, like to kind of be safer on it, for 30-40 bucks, you can get like 18C for September, and just leave it. And it's not going to lose value. You got plenty of time, so you can just kind of build a position from there. And I think that's the way that's the way to go on the option side, the longer term stuff.
Yeah, and like this came off of these 4, 5, 6 bad weeks. I think we got on this last week or the week before. But I mean, this is what makes the professor so good. Is like we really haven't moved since he put this on our radar. That that's a falling knife right there, my friends. And
Yeah.
and he safely caught that thing by the handle. So just be patient with this one. Don't put in more than you're willing to lose, yada, yada, yada. But I'd really be patient with this one. This one, we're going to look back at this right here, this exact screenshot. I'll probably cap it today so I can post it when it happens. And we'll go, man, just be patient because it's linked to aluminum. There's a catalyst there. And chart, flow, and catalyst, you really can't go wrong.
Yep.
Skipping the weed play, clove.
Yeah, I like clove a little better now than I did last week, but I kind of felt like things would pick up on it. So clove, I mean, it has that kind of meme appeal to it, but I think just as a pure flow read, has a lot of appeal in the to 3 and 350. So like June 3 and then into July, you're seeing a lot of 350 leaps to 5. So I think 350 is my target, though. I think that's what we'll get to.
I'm still better.
Retest that, and then we'll see.
Still better here. Play the 250 level. Fucking hate this stock. I'll get over it. I promise. I'll get over it. That shit hurt though. DI, what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're like, oh, we're gonna delist, and everyone wants to buy it. I don't know. I mean, we're in. I don't know. I think it definitely could. It could keep going, but I don't know what realistically is pushing it or how that whole delisting thing's gonna
Okay, so let's
play out.
let's go with the line of questioning then. Are we keeping it on the hot list?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not inclined to keep it on the hot list.
Love it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's just no point of dissecting it if we're not going to keep it on the hot list. Stay away. They're delisting, is for what I know.
Yeah.
Sinclair.
Yeah. So
I figured as much. Oil.
it's hard to buy it up here, even for me. But I think that on any kind of pullback, the uptrend's going to continue.
You got
Is
charts
sort of
up?
my take.
You got charts up?
Yeah.
10-year weekly.
Weekly. Okay.
10-year weekly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You flip that, you're gone.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of oil stocks kind of in this position where you have to go back years to see prices like this. But there's really nothing that the flow goes to 55 and 60.
Yeah, you flip that, you're
And
gone.
I wouldn't really bet against it. So
man, that's what's our spot here? 46p.
yeah.
That's my floor right now. And so let me explain that a little bit because I know the professor gets it, but I want everyone else to get it. So when I say that's my floor, that doesn't mean 46 is just going to hold. It's indestructible. You can't beat it. That means 46 is what I want to hold if we are going to continue a move up in this direction. That is my new floor that needs to be established for this trend to continue confidently. Yeah, so 46p.
Yeah, the sold puts are at 45. So yeah, I mean that's close enough.
Yeah, I mean we could go back to 40, but if we're just gonna break here, 46 is my number for sure. Love that find. Great find. We were at the 29-30 level when you called this.
Yeah. Yeah, it had an ER overreaction, and we caught a nice move on it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Let me get off this weekly. Weekly charts are great. Slows you down. DNA. Weekly flow read, please. We busted through $3 level.
Yeah, whales really like this one a lot. I just, given its, size and market cap or whatever, the leaps on this one are always really outlandish. So for 2024, it's 12C and 15C.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like $25. I might just buy one. I don't know. But like the nearer term flow on it's like 715 4C is starting to get a lot of attention. And one of the things I like on the sold put side, 250 had been the number. Now 3 is the number. So that gives me a little confidence that we can keep pushing it.
There's few plays that I just stay on, and this is one of them. Those numbers aren't outlandish to me at all. They're not. And if you can afford to DCA this, three or less, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, I'll be screaming about this as long as we have this group. I guarantee you. This will be one that's always on our radar. I just like what they do in general. It's basically biometrics. The COVID we're fucking disease riddled really lines up with their stuff. and they're already working with CDC. So,
And so, yeah, and so here's the deal on those, like the 2024 leaps. Like, let's say that you buy January 2024 12C is $40. If we actually get up to that, or anything even close to that, like let's say we just get to $8 next year, you're going to be up 400% on that $40. So just something to consider, is set it and forget it. I'll probably just buy a few.
same on the share side.
Yeah.
Got one of them Roth IRAs. Put it in there. It'll be good. This is literally the only thing that me and Kathy would agree on. It's the only thing. That's it. All right. DNMR.
Yeah. So this is
Fucking nailed it,
basically
dude.
like the AMRS. It's the other version of the AMRS play. The flow to 6 is very good on it for late summer. So really excellent on the share side too, I think.
Yes.
If you can catch this, you can get it for 5-10% moves. Definitely like it. Like the sector. Chemicals.
One of the best plays we called last week. This was a new introduction last week. Gave you the $4 level. It hit it Monday, Tuesday, and we're 20% up from there. I don't know what else you need. I really don't.
Yeah.
And the range to 6 is still there. So again, looking for the pullback here. 450, 445 would be the number. That's what you would want for the continued move up. Kind of did it here on Thursday. So just looking for this right here kind of to hold. Yeah, 450, 460, I guess. Yeah, love it. Great stock. Donut. I think that's finally about to happen, P.
Yes. And Wales never really wavered on this. They didn't, even though there was some selling on the option side. It stayed pretty bullish, and they just kind of keep rolling into later stuff. Still like it to in the flow 1750, 18, and looking at July on that.
Yeah, it's just a slow mover. I'm assuming because of the stock structure, market cap, all that stuff. It's probably just got a big float. Here we can look real quick. But sometimes these are safer, and in the long run they do a little better. So, what shares we got here? Oh, it's only got 6. This should move a little quicker. What's your volume on the day? Oops, sorry. Yeah. I'd watch volume on this. This thing gets above 1 million shares. That's when it's going to move. I like it, though.
Yeah.
Express.
I actually did trade this a bit, and
Great.
kind of got the move that I wanted. I think that it's still in that oversold territory where these retail stocks got kind of punished a little extra. In terms of the flow, not a lot stands out in the flow to me right now. So I'll just leave it to you if you want to keep it on or not.
I can put it in notes. We definitely got the
Okay.
ER flush move. If you're playing this now, that 315 ain't important. The 378 I think is coming back, or 350, 370 area should come back. Yeah, I'll just note that one though. That's secret meme. Frey, Frey.
So This was another kind of one of those ER flush plays. Definitely could go back to 10.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to take it off the hot list though.
Okay.
Just because I'm not seeing a plus flow to push it there at this point.
Like it. Fro, baller.
Yeah.
Golly, look at that week.
Yeah, monster. So similar deal to Dino, where the flow is not letting up at all. It's all bullish kind of across the board. The prices that they're targeting, 13 to 15,
Yeah. Bam.
gonna need to cool off a little for me to get back in, but I definitely see it testing that 13 number this summer.
I got 1330, 1045. Just it broke with a vengeance that 1045. So I would look for a pullback and to hold there, mid tens.
Yeah.
Crazy move though, crazy. I mean, when I seen that, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" We've been on this stock for, well, you, not we, but you have been on this stock for a minute, like a long while. And
Yeah.
I remember a couple read the rooms ago who talked about the set, just even playing it back to the 740 was going to be something, and then it just was resilient for probably 2 weeks. Such a good find.
Thank you.
Fubu.
Yes. We need to stay on this.
Yep, I agree.
So the moves it's been making, these 9% moves are really nothing compared to what I think is going to happen with this one. It's just hard to time it. It's going to, probably pull back again, but I'm staying on it just because the whales stay on it, pretty much every day. 4C is very popular right now, 617 4C, and that, if I do start to play options on it again, that's probably what I'm going to look at. Those contracts are about $18, so you don't have to really go large. You can push those to $25, $30 if we get a good move on it.
Yeah, and this one for me, like, I know we talk about like bulls and bears in the market, but it's not like the bulls win the whole market or the bears win the whole market. Some stocks the bulls are winning, some stocks the bears are winning, and I really think this is just beat down and people are accumulating. Worst case scenario for this company is acquisition, in my opinion, and that would be great for the stock price. It definitely fits another part of the longer we stay down here, going on about a month now, the more confident I feel at the price level.
I think, if you were to put me on the spot, like September, October, I think this will be around $6.
Yeah, that's my line on the chart.
Yeah.
That's the one line I got on the chart. Or excuse me, I have 6 and 10. Like, yeah, I don't even have a lower level here because nothing's confirmed, but I'm confident this is. Yeah,
and if we do get to 6, we can definitely start thinking $8.50, $10. But like if you get in it now and you get to 6, that alone is a very good move.
Exactly.
So yeah. I like to DCA this one down here.
Love it.
I have no hesitation on it at all.
Same. Like, yeah, worst case scenario is acquisition, 100%. Like, they're not going to just end the business. Netflix will buy them or somebody that needs live TV. Gevo. I'm still in. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I love this one. So Gevo is probably going to go to $5. Let me see if I can give you some dates on that. Yeah, so 617 5C is pretty popular. That's cutting it a little close to me, so I would actually go 715 5C is about $25. and I like the position and time I'd have on that. That's my target.
Chart lines
Leaps
up.
leaps to 750,
Cool.
and heck, leaps to 10. I mean, if we want to look
Oh.
really into it, but yeah.
350 and $5 are the lines on the chart. Talked about this already having the future catalyst because they have the deal with Delta that has not started yet. Great sector. This just seems like a great find here.
Yeah.
And it's day tradable, especially off 350. It's very day tradable. GGPI.
Right. Let me see here. Yeah, this is one where I feel like the whales are kind of loading for some big move that's going to happen, but it's hard to know when.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it would be that Polestar switch.
Yep.
Like I still have like 12 and 15 for late summer, fall on it.
Yeah, it's just holding 10 while it's SPAC. You want to keep it on there? I mean, people know about it. It's not day tradable, really.
Right. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, we can probably take it off, but when we bring it back up, people will know why.
Yeah. The Grow Gen, GRWG, isn't it Grow Gen?
I got what I wanted out of it, and I'm going to take weed off for now.
Halliburton.
Okay, this one is really interesting, specifically on Tuesday because they have their dividend, and if this flushes on the dividend under 40, I'm going to be all over it because I think that it will bounce right back.
Okay.
So we'll keep
one more week here.
Yeah, we'll keep it one more.
Okay. I'm proud of myself.
In terms of
the
longer term flow on it, I think once it breaks 42, it's probably gone. It's going to go 45, 48, something like that. Similar to a lot of these oil stocks.
Yeah, I like that thesis for sure. Heminex.
All right, so yeah, this is like the small cap semiconductor, and bounced back pretty nicely with the sector. Didn't really give quite the move I'm looking for yet, which is that 10 to 12 move. I'm going to take it off for now. It'll probably go once I do, but yeah.
We played the ER flush on this. That was the original thesis, and we had the $7 ads, which I don't think it got 2.7, but 7.30.
Yeah,
7.30. So like this already had a 30% move from when we started playing it.
And that was what made it special at the time, right?
Yeah.
And so like right now, if the market's favorable, HIMX is going to continue to go up, but it doesn't have what would give it that big push that it already had. It'll be kind of slower, I think.
A great example on the TA side too. So we have 7 to 10, and we're at 9. The 9 to 10 break isn't worth the gamble with this downside currently. So we need to see something confirm a little more, especially since the flow is not backing it up, and we kind of already took the play that we've seen. So that's a great,
exactly.
Great example.
I mean, once it confirms and
10.
and holds 10, you can just get back in that channel and just do the rinse and repeat on it. But it needs to get there first.
Exactly. And this is a great visual example of why you don't buy here in general. That's too close to a resistance that we'd rather just see confirmed to limit the risk. HYMC.
I want to stay on this one. It's holding really well right here, and in terms of the flow on it, just really bullish all day Friday. 11.18 4C was the most popular contract. So
November.
yeah,
Wow. Okay.
so it's gonna do another one of those explosive moves. I'm not sure what pushes a stock like this. I guess is this like a social kind of play?
So AMC has a percentage of it.
That's right. Yeah,
Um,
it doesn't trade like a traditional mining stock.
God no.
Yeah.
I apologize for my 131 line being a little bit off, guys. I hope I didn't cost anybody in the last month and a half. IMAX. We finally moving here.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. So my take on IMAX is I'm still looking for $20, but I don't think it's going to go from 17.39 to 20. I think it's probably going to pull back to like if I get it at 16, lower 16s again,
Love it.
I probably would want it there.
I have 17.15 and it blew through that Friday, so it's a big watch going into Tuesday. Seeing if that either confirms or fails. Kind of line up with the professor there. He said, what did you say, 16.50?
Yeah.
I'm 16.50 right now. 16 would be strong. So definitely like that.
But the flow from like on contracts from 17 to 20 for all expirations is picking up. So that's where the momentum's taking it.
Love it. Nigeria.
Yeah. So I still see this going to like $10, $11 in the flow.
That's all I need.
There was a big push on 527 calls that they have rolled into this week. So for that reason, I'm watching it this week to see what it does.
I just noticed, and I'll post about it when it happens, like I always do. This thing don't like being below $6. Now we're at like 7. Now we're at 7 again. So 650 is kind of your floor here still. But when this thing gets moving like last time, it just took off to that exact place Professor's talking about, the 11-12 range. So kind of just waiting for it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
LAC.
Let's see.
The best downward trend line we've ever had.
Yeah.
Just nailed it.
Yeah, I'll probably go ahead and keep it. I think
it's a good rinser.
good probably continuation. Yeah.
It's a good rinser. Laser. LAZR.
All right. So this kind of gave us a pretty nice move already. I like staying on these LiDAR plays. And because I mean, to me, it sort of recovered with the market, but whatever the whales have been loading on it has not quite happened yet. So gonna kind of wait and see. But hot list wise, I'll probably go and take this one off.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep NDIS on it, but I'll take it off.
Okay. Lucid.
Let's see. I still got 25 on it. So gave you a lot of good opportunities last week if you played it. Mm-hmm. If Tesla continues to cooperate, should be fine. But flow to 25 late next month.
Yeah, we're just confirming the 17 level, and it did it real strong on Thursday, Friday. I love it. This is the area. I mean, we talked about it last week being in the area that we played it pretty large in last September, and um, you should have probably took a position when it was down there in the low teens. Because I mean this runs
Yeah,
to 40. This runs to 40 or 50 in the long run. I mean, it's just
oh, for sure. It has enough of a following and kind of a cool factor to it or whatever that people want it.
Lemonade keeping, right?
Yeah, we're keeping for sure. We did the under 20 thing several times, or I did. I saw others doing it. I don't know that we're gonna go back there. So we might be in a new setup on it. If it does want to dip back to 20 and under, that's where to buy it. I wouldn't necessarily buy it right here.
No.
But in terms of what the flow is saying on it, 23, 25, 617, 25C is the contract I would target if I do trade it. So, yeah, just looking for it to kind of set up a new home up here, maybe around 22, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this one all damn week. Last week we told you don't buy it, don't be a dumbass and buy it at 2050. This week it's the other way. Now 2050 is kind of your floor for me.
Yeah.
Like if you can get the 2050, you're probably not getting under 20 or 20 even. So low 20s would be where I'd add to sell at the 23 level. It's kind of just walking it up, play the range, walk it up. Again, with a lot of upside potential, in my opinion, to what I have 45, 46.
That's what I have. I have 40 to 50 in the Leafs.
Yeah, so that's why we play that one. Great. That's a great teamwork play there. All around. Macy's.
Who doubted Macy's? I want to know. I want names.
Out. It's the principal's office.
So yeah, we could definitely see a cool off here, but once it establishes itself around $22, I think you're going to see that run back to 28. That's what the flow's telling me for summer.
Love it. Yeah, 22 is the huge level. Let's play off that either way. Momo.
All right, so yeah, Momo's at the kind of the top end of the range that I was playing. I went and got out of it at like 5:30. I sold, nice. But let me just see what it's doing here.
I got 5 to 650. With huge upside.
617. 6C is the contract that the Whales are after. So that matches up.
Yeah, we could play 5 to 6 here. If you like it, I think we keep it.
Yeah, I want to keep it.
Okay. I like those ones that he finds and then I end up loving. 5, 6, 17. All right. Mullen.
This was so this kind of stood out on my chart on Friday as one of the few not really doing much, but it's under $1 and it has buyers, so I think it's going to have its moment. And let me give you so 1C across all expirations is always pretty popular. The 150C is a call that's actually bearish right now, so that might be something to cause some pause on it. I don't know. How do you feel about hot listing this or just putting it in notes?
To be honest, I'm kind of over it.
Yeah.
I mean, we can hang it out, leave it on the hot list, and when it does have its day, say, "Hey, I told you." But I mean, there's just nothing really there. You're gonna have to time it perfectly
Yeah.
to hit a home run at this point, and there is downside to the all the way back to the 65, 70 level for sure. On a TA side,
Yeah,
it
we'll take it off the
looks
until
like
I see
shit.
the 150C go bullish on some expirations. That's the point where I'd be interested again, but I'm not seeing that right now, so we'll take it off.
Yeah, I thought they had something this week too. Um, which if they start having news and it doesn't move, that's trouble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just kill it. I'm good. Like, again, we don't have lax plays. That's not our problem.
Right.
Invis.
Yeah, that's the one I want to keep.
Oh, sweet.
Um,
Me too.
Yeah. I like it to 5
Really nice. That's
Yeah.
this guy up here. We killed the
in
channel.
July 5C.
We absolutely destroyed this channel last week. It was great. I played it a couple times. Familiarity.
Another one of those where you just put the all-time highs out of your mind,
Oh yeah.
play where we are, and just understand that a move to 5 is a huge move. So that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, there's no Apple Car Link going on again. Nat, you at ER this week, right? Yeah, ER. We're gonna walk into ER.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is, back down at a level that is really interesting. There's flow to 3 on it, and so ER will say a lot about what's gonna happen here. I'm not gonna play the earnings, but
Backside.
the most dominant flow is all bullish. A lot of sold puts at 250, which is interesting. So that's kind of my option floor, even though we're 20 cents away from it.
Yeah, I still have the 235, 260 channel, and it's fighting to get back into that right now. It looks like on my side. I like it though, just because I'm familiar with it, and it has range, pretty much every day in either direction. So.
Yeah, it's going to bounce off the lower 2s. I think 2 is very strong on it. So
Yes.
I think that.
Yeah, I'm looking for the ER. That's the play. Is looking for. I'll probably put it in the read the room, but trying to get sub 2 ads on the ER flush. I think you can't go wrong on that.
Yeah.
NEM. NEM.
So as the gold is something I was watching as the market went kind of risk on and in tech and all that, and I thought gold held up pretty well to that and didn't just give everything back. So yeah, I'm still interested in the gold plays in the coming weeks.
I'll keep it on there though. That's a nice higher.
75 is kind of where I'm looking for on this one in particular.
73 is my number.
Ah.
OPET.
Yeah, I love this under 5 because I think it's going to $6. That's June 17, 6C.
Nice. I have 4 to 778. We're kind of in the middle of the zone, but it's definitely trending that way. Play.
Yeah, they were definitely a leader in the whole restaurant rebound thing. All right, so play. Probably never taking play off. I think it's one of those Hall of Famers.
Okay.
Spot is secure, but in terms of its outlook for this week, November 50C was the most popular contract, and kind of the channel I'm looking for is 40 to 50. So it could pull back, but I kind of want to see it establish itself up here. If it goes back to 35, I'll be buying it.
They have 33.46 is what I have. It hit that 50 though, that 52. Just a little bit more substance in that range for me. But 30 to 50, probably the overall channel. The best volume shelf on the whole thing is right at 40.
Yeah.
Piton,
So yeah, if you're not in it yet, a pullback would be great. If it establishes 40 and that
yes.
turns into a floor, then I'll be in it again.
Perfect.
So basically, I don't like it at 38. I like it at 35, or I like it at 40.
40.
That's kind of my
Love
take.
it. Love it. That's yes.
And that's just like psychologically, that's something in trading. I think that you have to develop, because it sounds counterintuitive. Like, if you like it at 40, why wouldn't you like it at 38? Well, it's because it needs to actually show me that 40 is a level that has some substance to it, and that's going to hold up. So
Yeah.
that's why I'll just lose out on the $1.50, between now and then, to just get that confirmation.
Yeah, it's all risk management, 100% P. Piton.
Yes. So what Piton is likely to do, there, it could fall back under $13, whatever. But when the market is favorable, Piton is likely to push a little harder than a lot of stocks. You see whales buying it up, and it's kind of hard to have a price target on Piton for me, but these contracts I'm seeing in July for $20 actually, I think, are feasible. Pretty good for day trades between now and then. 14, decent floor. 13 is a stronger floor. So yeah, I want to keep it on the hot list. It's going to bounce around, but I see it getting to $20.
I like it. I have the 13 and then, which I just put up on volume profile, and 23. So, yeah, I like long term. I like it too. So I still haven't heard anything about the TV. I'm waiting for that. That really should send us, 20, 30% run for sure.
And I guess, there is potential for an acquisition for them.
Yes.
So that's always out there too.
Yes. Rad.
Yeah, I like Rad for the same reasons that we've been on it. Looking for $7 is 7C, 8C for June and July are the ones that stand out. There's some leaps up to like 15. There'd have to be some kind of big catalyst to push it there, but I just think in terms of its kind of the natural rhythm of the stock, could definitely push up to that $7.
I like it. I like it. Roblox.
Yeah, so Roblox is kind of at what I'd call a decision point. Like, the flow is a little bit mixed on it. Could definitely pull back to the mid-20s. Kind of looking for this level to confirm, because I think it opens up 35 to 40, which is what the whales seem to have planned for the summer on it.
Yeah, I see it the same way. I think is a better chance that we get the 25 before we get the move to 40.
With you on that, but that's where to add it. I'll be adding it pretty large at 25 this round.
You want to keep it on?
I don't think we're going to get 20 or anything like that. It fell on earnings all the way to 21. Don't really see that happening, but mid-20s definitely is possible.
I'm just throwing a line up here. It's just 20. So what am I on here? But wait, that's not going to work, John. Yeah, even here though, 27. Probably the low you'd like to see.
A healthy low. Yeah.
Yeah. You almost got to keep this. Yeah, we got to keep this on.
Yeah.
All right. Our REI. I got the move on this, but that sector is looking right. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I mean, this the flow to this is 5 for June, July, and then they start going leaps all the way to 8.
All right, we're keeping it. That talked me into it. It's flipping here too, forward from resistance to support. I mean, at least on like the weekly, you see it. Try to get close to 4 as possible on this. The range is great.
Yeah. I think there's a distinct possibility, and we'll talk about this when we talk shop, I think, but that there's going to be a lot of news on oil that's bad for the whole market and good for oil. I think that's definitely possible.
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
you're seeing screenshots of gas prices everywhere,
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
getting crazy. So,
Rivian.
yeah, I trade this one more than Lucid personally, just out of a familiarity standpoint. Could definitely see a drop back to like 27, 28 in the flow, but the upside flow is to 40. So there's more upside than downside. If I get the pullback to the high 20s, I get a little more interested.
I stopped playing this at like 40, and I really should have never stopped playing it because it's great range on it. It hits psychological levels almost perfectly and bounces back almost every single time. It's a good one to learn. Another cult following, right?
Yeah, I mean they haven't even made that many cars yet, but
Yeah.
the stock still gets a lot of love.
Root.
Yeah, so this is Lemonade's little brother, and I like it for the same reasons. Really good on the share side. I was adding it in the 120s. Got the move to 140. $2 is the target for the whales late summer.
I like it. Yep.
So really playable. Good for day trades.
Yeah, I like it. SDC.
Similar thoughts on this. So you get 120s, 130s. I think you can trade it back into the 140s over and over. Move to 2 is what the whales are after late summer.
Like it. Skills.
I'm going to take skills off because I was looking for $2 and we're kind of close enough that I'm just going to take it off for now.
Perfect.
It's got to establish 2 before it can really go higher.
Perfect. STNG. My God, look at this weekly chart.
Yeah, I caught a good one on this one. So flow to 40 has been the story for late summer, and that's still in play. Gonna wait for it to pull back a bit and just add on the red, and you'll probably be good. Uptrend is likely to stay intact.
Keeping it, looking for 30 to hold. That would be where I was at. Tell.
Yeah, so tell. I think I want to see $5 establish itself. There's a move to 7 in the flow on it, but that's in the strikes. I think 650 is kind of the number that needs to break through. But yeah, they're looking to push it to 7.
You want to keep it?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one that you started with, and then I started following, but it's flow dependent. I have 727p.
Nice.
Upstart.
Yeah, I think we have a couple people making a living off Upstart.
Yeah.
So definitely, I mean, just I'm not going to probably buy it at $50, but I mean, I might day trade it at that. Could definitely pull back to 40, and it's just going to keep doing these large moves. And so just know what you're trading. Really good for day trades though, but you can do shares on it too with moves like this.
Yes. You don't have that 70 on your side at all?
Oh no, I do. Like, yeah, so like I have there was some profit taking Friday for sure, but yeah, so I've got August 70C,
Yeah, because I'm still
60.
on that 54 to 70 gap. It's thick. Like when that happens, that's going to be 2 days, $17, $18 move.
Yeah, this stock is capable of that for sure. And I mean, with the gap fill like this, it's probably the best one. Just because I mean, it dropped 60% on earnings, so
Yeah.
it could fly right back through that zone for sure.
Yeah, and I've been sharing I get DMs on this one because you can't play it from the share side. Yeah, and you can make a living off this stock.
Yeah.
All you need is one trade. Workhorse.
Yeah, it's my favorite small cap EV.
Yeah, I like it.
I have flow to $4 and $5, but I think that realistically the kind of pull back to 250, 260, play it back up to 3 would be what I'm actually looking for.
I had the old channel of 3 to 4 basically, and we just need to confirm that 3 to get back into it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, those are the two scenarios. Confirm 3 or pull back to 250, 260.
I like it. X gonna give it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably my favorite basic materials stock. I have flow to 30, and just in the environment and what they do with steel prices and all that, could make a move back to 40. But the trade I'm after right now is just I day traded 25 to 30, and it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna shoot straight to 30, but I think it'll get there.
It's a great play, both sides. I like it. Z. Let me made it to the bottom.
Yeah. So this starting to work its way up for me in the real estate sector is a stock I like. I like this in open, but 45, 48 is feasible, I think, in the next month or two.
Yeah, I have 52 to 66. I think this is a $60 stock. Kind of fits that shitty app play.
Yeah, the January leaps at 60 are there, so
Yeah, that's just
definitely
kind of my overall. Yeah, sweet. We made it to the end of the last hot list. I'm not counting those. There's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into my side, which some of these were already covered. We'll save that for last. Did anything stand out? Did you look through this? Anything stand out to you?
Chegg.
Okay, let's start there then.
Yeah. All right. So what I have on Chegg for small cap consumer defensive, probably my favorite one. 25. June 17, 25C is the contract that stands out, and that matches up to that earnings gap. So that has some appeal to me.
So this would be my new lemonade then. Buy this below 20 and sell in the 20s.
Nice. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
That's how I'd play this for the time being. It's just really leveled out here the last 2 weeks. Seems like it's not going to go below 17, 18. And then my line on the chart is 29. So that's what's the
Yeah, and I have some knowledge of this one. I worked for this company for years, and then in the higher ed space, just kind of know that they are likely going to get some third party tutoring type contracts and things with some universities. They're a company that's kind of tried to remake themselves from they did like textbook rentals. That has fallen way off because a lot of schools are using open source textbooks now. So they've struggled a lot to adapt, but I think that they're making some ground up in this tutoring space. So I see it as kind of like like $30 to $35 stock is where I think it'll end up.
perfect. Bumble.
Fits my app theme. And
We
let me
had
see.
a channel of 20 to 29, 20 to 30, 21 to 29, whatever the hell you want to call it. Draw your own lines. But we're at the top of that channel right now.
Yeah, I haven't been in on this one since I caught that last earnings beat,
This one back
and
here.
that was massive.
Yeah, that was this way.
But the dominant story in the flow on it is sold puts at 30, which I think is a good sign for look if 30 can establish itself. I think that opens up a move to 40.
Is that strong? Should we wait? We just kind of monitor this one.
Yeah, I think we should monitor it.
Okay,
I think
okay.
the nothing overwhelming yet, but that's a contract I'm interested in. Are those sold puts at 30? Just want to see that continue to gain some strength.
I'm gonna save that for my stuff. What CCJ, man?
Yeah, outlook on uranium is pretty good, and this is going to show up on my options watch list. I think quite a bit.
It's the same thing as the Bumble. We had 21 to 25, and it's at that top of that channel again. And the last time it broke out of the channel, it went to 34.
So the flow goes 28, and then September 33C
Yeah.
is a contract that stands out to me. And by the way, I mean if you believe in the uranium thesis, 33C for 916 is $100, and if it gets to that, that's going to go to $300. So risk reward's pretty good on that particular contract.
What month?
Yeah.
No,
We've got what months?
Yeah.
September 33C, and then 6/17/28C. Flow is about 96% bullish though, so uranium's going to have a good week.
This is yours. Do you want to keep it in your notes or put it on the hot list?
Let's get it on the hot list. Let's get some uranium on there, and people should know those small cap ones too. So
Perfect.
Um,
Crowd ER.
Yeah, I'm going to be in some cybersecurity this week for sure. The flow into ER is strong. 180 to 200 for late June contracts, and crowd honestly has no business being this low. So I think that to me, that 200 to 220 channel is probably what we're going to get into sooner rather than later.
I have 154, 213, and the 154, like Friday was the first day it broke out.
Yeah, I'm bullish on crowd. We'll put it in our large cap list.
Okay, you want it on the hot list this week or no?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
I think it's going to be a good ER flush or ER out. Leading up to ER, it should be good, and then the aftermath should be good as well. I don't think you're going to be able to.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of opportunity. Disney at 100.
So this is where whales were kind of all over it when it was like 100 to 102, and they were buying it up, and definitely possible for some momentum to continue. Floza, I'm probably not gonna hot list it personally, but
Sure.
definitely think that
This is more of the
it's
talking shop part of the
yeah
policy. It's just something
yeah.
I
I
noticed.
think
The 100.
Disney, like $150 to $180 is kind of where it should be, and that's where the leaps are taking it. So I think if you were to just get shares down here, any shares under 110, I think is pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was seeing, and then we had a little confirmation on the 100 level. Yeah, same thing.
They're just too big to fail. I mean, Disney just has so much. It's such a part of American life in
Yeah.
ways you don't even think about that. And it has a good dividend. So if
Yeah.
you're an investor, I think it's one that should be on your radar for sure.
100%. And their umbrella is huge. It's ridiculous. We'll put these ones together. DraftKings and Penn.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I hardly ever see the flow on both lining up, but it's like when one does, it pulls the other with it. The one that has the better flow setup right now is Penn,
Yeah.
and is this the one the Barstool guy owns?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the 35 to 40 is where it's going to probably end up later this summer. Could be June, but yeah, that's where I see it going.
Yeah, and the 32, 30 level is flipping, becoming huge. Although
Yeah, I dip back to 30. I'm going to go ahead and buy some, I think.
Perfect. And you're saying you like Penn better than the DraftKings, huh? On the flow side?
Just at the moment, I think DraftKings, as NFL gets kind of back on everyone's radar,
Yeah.
should get a bump back up to the 21 to 25. That's where the fall leaps are on it right now. So I think it could do that for sure.
I like that. DNN, old mining play. I don't know which one of us started there, but kind of fit that mining sector and in a good chart position.
Yeah, and this is the uranium miner, so it'll go with CCJ.
You want to put it on?
Yeah.
I like it. I like it this week. Kodak, we have PLTR. What do you feel about PLTR here? Still under 10.
So the flow on it's probably as strong as it's been in months, and like you said, I mean, I think the chart might be in a decent spot too. Let me see what I've got on it.
I got 765 to 1040 is my channel right now, and it just Friday, a lot of things Friday. It just finally moved off the 760 level.
So 610 10C is a popular contract. What I want to see, there was huge volume on May 27th for 850 and 9C, which, I mean, obviously those contracts are done. The 9 didn't really hit, but it looks kind of like they day traded it. And I want to see what the open interest looks like on those two strikes for this week. Because if they rolled into those, that's definitely promising. The leaps on it go to 1750. That was a popular contract as well. And if you wanted it, January 2023 1750C is $28.
Oh wow!
So if you kind of believe in a recovery for Palantir, then that might be worth considering. Are you wanting to hot list this?
No, I just wanted to know where you were at because, like I said, it was kind of eaten a level, and Friday it just pushed off the level. If it has real strong, if you think 10 is strong, I think we should. If 10's just what it's kind of always been, I think we can wait a week and probably get some pullback.
I'm gonna wait a week because I want to see what that Friday flow turns into for this week.
Perfect. T Doc. Is 35-30 the zone?
Yeah, 35. Let's see what holds here. This is another one of those. It has so much ground to make up that on a day when the market is looking good, it's going to give you a decent move. The flow on it is bullish, but like a lot of it is these 527 contracts that expired. So I want to watch it for a week and see if 40C picks up for later this month.
I like it. I like being early. It's nothing wrong with being early. So this one's to the downside. And this more of a definitely a talking shop. On Netflix, it's gonna fall off this cliff in my opinion. It's struggling.
Yeah.
It's struggling on 200. It ain't coming back, and it's like a wet fart looks like it's gonna push it down 175 and see what happens down there.
Yeah, the flow the flow on it's a little bit scary. I got as low as like 165 on some of the puts on this. Yeah. 150. God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like it's about to die again. It looks like that wasn't enough of a fall. We got to do it one more time. And I know we play options, and that kind of a move. I mean, that's a 20. The number you just threw out there is 25% move. It seems like that's playable for people. I don't want a hot list of downside play, but I definitely want to mention it and get it on people's radar. But it looks in trouble. It really does.
I think it sees a 165 retest before 220. I mean, I would say that with confidence.
Okay, I mean, perfect. Same page. No, that's a note play for sure. SoFi. I got a lot of these big names this week.
Yeah, SoFi, it looks like the whales are finally letting up on it a bit. And this is one of those that even just with a little breathing room, I think can go pretty far. So so I've got 610, 850 is a really popular contract.
I have 7 across everything. Like 7's confirmed. I don't really have a target back up. It's pretty thick all the way back to the 13 level. Obviously 10 has a little.
I think in the sold puts a dip to 7 would be good for sure if we get that, which would be like 5% down.
Yeah.
Which could happen in a day. It could happen over 2 days.
Could happen Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Monitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does this BKSY have flow read? I mean, yeah, it's the weird one. It's a good social play though. I just wanted to see if you have anything on your end weird. Since we're around that 250 strike here.
So 617, 250 is popular. 715 5C is a popular contract as well. What do they do?
I don't know. It's a social pump. It was some bullshit.
Oh, package software.
It was some bullshit. I don't know what pushed this. I forget.
Oh yeah, look at that move! Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what pushed it, but I like what it was doing, and it's tradable on the share side. I just wanted to kind of know what you seen. Definitely not a hot list candidate, but elite.
Is this a SPAC?
Probably, I don't know.
Kind of look, because it started at $10.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a piece of shit stock, Professor. Yeah,
Yeah,
it totally is.
yeah.
It totally is an SPAC. Maybe that's what it was. It was an SPAC for $1. Yeah, no, I was just curious what you had. Ear. There's another one. You played this one before?
I did, yeah. So Ear I played when it's back in September. It had this huge flush from like $20 to $6.50, and I ran it back up to $9. And now it's like, oh my god,
$1.29. Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
haven't even
saying.
looked at this in months. Yeah, let me see here. Not to be confused with ears. This is the singular ear.
Yeah, this one ear.
There just isn't much flow on it. The 715 250C does have some volume, but there's not a flow read that can really push it.
Can really push it.
So
yeah. It's not sexy. It's just at $1, and I had the same thing as you. It's like, man, how is this down here?
yeah.
TUP. Fits our ER flush.
Let's see here.
And boy, did it flush.
Oh, Tupperware.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah.
People still buy that stuff. I don't know why it's down here.
Yeah. Okay,
so
same page.
Yeah, yeah. So it kind of looks like
Let me bring this up on the big.
there's definitely some dip buying on it. Sold puts at 7, so I would kind of look for 7 to hold. There's some flow to 9 stepping in. 7 in for July.
What do you think? I mean, that's just such an this hits overreaction.
I think it's good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. It's going to recover. I guess to read that report must have been horrible.
It happened. Oh no!
So all of May, it's just been dying.
Yeah, just killing it.
And now it came back a little.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
I'm very interested. I mean, I just.
Oh, okay. So Tupperware Brands missed estimate earnings by 76%. 12 cents versus 52. Revenue was down 112 million.
Wow. So they had a huge COVID recovery from like $1.30 to $30, and now we're back here. I want to hot list it just because I want to watch it. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just like, it's just kind of like a car wreck. Just want to see what it does. But yeah, in terms of flow, the only thing that stands out right now is the sold puts at 7, which is an important first step to actually a sustained reversal. So
for your notes, I have 14. That's what.
Yeah. So I do have I have leaps to that. Well, leaps to 11 and 13. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. It just seems like what the was this it? Did I spell that right? Oh yeah. It's WES, Western Gas.
Let's see. Not enough volume in the flow for me to have a real strong take on it.
Do you know about this in general? Like, is it in your realm already?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I
Okay.
just it doesn't get a lot of option activity for some reason, but
Okay, perfect.
but it's going to kind of go with the sector, I think.
Got you. Bark. ER action. Bottomed out chart. No, it has a stupid 2 to 5 day. Damn it, my bad, P.
Work. So yeah, interesting. I actually caught the ER beat on Woof, Petco, and sort of looking at this has kind of a similar look, although it has less
Strikes.
volume on it. So I think 250s looks pretty strong. The problem with it is that the next strike after that is 5, and that's kind of too far out to have any kind of flow read on it. But 250C looks strong across all time frames.
Nice. I just kind of came up because of the ER and then the sector thing of we had. The only other note I have, and well, I have 2, but as far as like a conversation, the other one's more of a statement. Where are you at on coin right now? Seems like leaps on this thing is where it should be at.
Yes, yeah. So I and leaps are actually I entered leaps about around $65, and still am holding those. And that's kind of I entered that because the whales did, and I was just looking for a longer term play, so I wasn't feeling good. So 75 run to 80 is looking pretty likely, and leaps on it 95, 100.
Okay.
Yeah, coin's still just way oversold.
Yeah, I was just wondering where your top end was because my numbers are ridiculous and I haven't added any lines. I still have the 167 up there.
Yeah, so by the fall, 120 to 160 is what the whales are looking for.
Man.
Which would be like pretty much the spot where the ER flush started is 120.
I like it.
So yeah, I could definitely see that.
I like it.
They'll stick around. They'll make it through this.
Yeah, this seems like one of the safer plays at this point in time on either side, to be honest. I mean, it's had a solid 3 weeks down here at the 70s level performance support.
Yeah.
So, and we're around the ER news. Bitcoin's kind of stabilizing a little bit, and should trend up, melt up a little bit, so to speak.
Yep, I like it.
Yep, that's what I got on paper. Anything else you got?
Yeah, I think everyone calling last week a bull trap is kind of misguided. You don't have a like the stock market runs for like 4 days. That's not a bull trap, but you could definitely get a pullback. I think heading into this week, coming off the long weekend. I think just being patient is important, and just having a plan, like targeting some kind of a limited number. I'm going to be in basic materials and energy quite a bit to start the week. I'm a little more certain there. Looking for some downside and some tech just to see where it wants to settle. Is kind of my macro take on the market right now.
Yeah, I think we've had a good run. I'd expect pullback Tuesday. Just from a playing standpoint, that's what I want to have happen Tuesday. Something to pull back to a psychological level or to a level of support before we do the next leg up. It's going to be hard to catch the guy that just continues to take off Monday or Tuesday. We're probably going to have a pretty intense volume news, just a pretty wild Tuesday just because it's the start of a short week coming off 3-day weekend. People kind of make up for lost time a little bit. So be mindful of that. If you're normally not great around open, 30-minute rule Tuesday, probably a a good way to go. But the sticking to the hot list and the notes, definitely better than trying to just catch every big fish you see. You're going to get sexier plays. You're going to get plays that probably do move a lot more, but you're not going to find safer plays out there.
Yeah.
And plays with more DD already done for you. I mean, we've been on these stocks now pretty much since the creation of the room. So the report is there. There's longevity history of how we see these plays. So just waiting to strike is more important than trying to catch the fish that are running. Yeah, that's about what I got.
Yep.
Enjoy,
yeah, I'm with you.
enjoy the rest of the day though, everybody. I got a game, so I'll have my stuff out tomorrow. Since we do have an extra day, I'm gonna take a little advantage of that. Yeah, P, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm about halfway through my sector notes, so I'll finish those up, and then I'll get on I'll have the new hot list ready, and options watch list too will be out. So back at it.
Perfect. And everything good with the move?
Yeah, all good there. Driving the family up to Chicago next week, so I will be trading around that a bit. But yeah, I'll be active. Sure.
Awesome. Well, everyone have a good rest of the weekend, and see you guys bright and early Tuesday.
Yep.
All right.